Hey friends, welcome back to llamamamakayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla, and I want to say thank you for being here today. I am so blessed to be here with you guys today. I appreciate you all just coming by and visiting with me. That is so awesome. I just appreciate it so very much. You guys are wonderful, and I love spending time with you all. I hope you're all having a great weekend. It is Saturday. We do not have any plans. We are just chilling, hanging out, doing just as little as possible. I do have some projects on my desk that I want to um, try to complete, but if I don't, it's okay. It's not a big deal if I don't get them completed, but I may or may not get those done. So we'll see. Today I am drinking Bigelow Vanilla Cream. In just a second, I'll show you that. It's the same vanilla tea I was drinking yesterday. It is this is from Amazon. Actually, Kia sent me these, and they are so yummy. I love this vanilla cream tea. I mean, I don't really. It's vanilla caramel. Excuse me. I don't really taste the caramel. I taste the vanilla in it. And as I said in yesterday's video, it reminds me of a restaurant we used to go to. It's a Chinese restaurant that had vanilla tea. But it is very good, and I love this tea. I do love it. So thank you, Kia, again, because I'm always drinking this tea. Anyway, guys, so yesterday I had an iron infusion at the hospital, and let me just tell you, it was a day. It was a day. So my appointment was at 8:30 a.m., right? So I get there, and I'm there a few minutes early, of course, and they, get me to the back and get me set up for the iron infusion. The iron infusion is done in the oncology department, and so they have rooms set up with just chairs, big, nice, comfortable chairs. Each chair has an IV station. They have curtains and all this kind of stuff. It's really a nice setup. The nicest thing about it is they have this machine. It's about the size of a refrigerator, I guess. I don't know. And it's full of blankets, and they take these blankets out and they come and just wrap you up in these super warm blankets, and that just feels so good. I need a blanket warmer, and I guess they have the dryer, but anyway, it's really nice. And then when your blanket cools off, you just tell them, and they go and get you another really warm blanket. Yeah, so it's kind of like, I mean, you're there for a bad reason because most people are there for chemo. So you're there for a bad reason, but they do treat you really, really good there. They're so nice, and they do everything to make people comfortable. Saying all that to say, this is their job. They do IVs one right after another on patients all day long. I mean, it's no telling how many IVs each one of the nurses does in a day because they have, like all these patients coming through getting chemo. And it is a very, very busy place. Like that, the waiting room is super full, and then it empties out as they call people back, and then the waiting room fills up again. Unfortunately, there is a lot of people there getting chemo. Or some people may be getting iron like I was. I was getting an iron infusion. So anyway, saying that, that's what they do is IVs all day long, right? Guess how many times they had to stick me to get an IV going? 8 times. Yes, I had to get stuck 8 times to get that IV going, and I was about over it by then. I mean, I am tough skinned, and I can handle, sticks, but let me just tell you, 8 times. And then they were getting into tender places, and they were threatening to do it in my feet, which I've had IVs in my feet before. I've had IV in my boob before. So I'm What did Angela say? Angela said I was a tough old bird or something. Anyway, I'm tough. I can handle it a couple of times. But 8 times was a little much. And one of the guys, nurses that was doing IVs, he told someone else. He told another patient, he said, "Oh, I do these so much I can stand across the room and throw the needle and hit the vein." Okay. He On his third try on me, I said, "Well, maybe you should stand across the room and throw the needle." He laughed, I laughed. I mean, he knew he was full of it and I was full of it, so yeah, it was a day. Okay, so then I got the iron infusion, and um I was wore out by the time, like, my appointment was at 8:30, and so normally this should have took about an hour and then be out of there, right? I did not get to leave the hospital until right at 1 o'clock. Yes, it was a long, long day. Big Daddy was waiting on me the whole time. Actually, he waited out in the truck because he knew there was going to be nowhere for him to sit. He didn't want to just stay out in the waiting room of the oncology department. Um, and there's different waiting rooms around the hospital, but he didn't really want to just go sit in a waiting room. So he said, "Well, it's not going to take you long, so I'm just going to wait in the truck. I'll go park under a tree somewhere." And and then I said, "Yeah, it won't take long. I'll be back out in about an hour." So yeah, many, many hours later, I come dragging myself out of there. I just saw, look at Ruby Joy right over my shoulder here waving at you. I just happened to look up and see her, and I thought that was cute. Ruby Joy's like, "Hey, y'all." Oh, goodness. So, anyway, after we left the hospital, we had a couple of errands to run, and I got a phone call from the hospital. The camera's shaking. I'm sorry about that. It must not be stable. Um, so I have this next Tuesday coming up. I have an appointment with the orthopedic doctor. Um, on Tuesday, I have X-ray that morning at like 8:45. Um, Doctor's visit at 9:30, and pre-op that afternoon. And somewhere in there, I'm not sure what time, Big Daddy also has an appointment with a cardiologist, all at the same place, all at the hospital. But it's going to be a very long day for us, from X-ray doctor's appointment, his doctor's appointment, and then I have pre-op because on Wednesday, the next day, is surgery for my finger. Yes, so I am scheduled for finger amputation surgery for Wednesday the 19th. So knowing that's coming, like knowing that's a possibility that this is going to happen, and hearing your surgery date is two different things, right? Yeah, it is. Like I've been, knowing like this is a possibility that we're going to take off some of this finger. Um, and then hearing, okay, your surgery date is Wednesday the 19th. That's a little different. That puts it in a whole new perspective. Like your brain just starts reeling, like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. This is not just like we're talking about it happening. This is happening. So I'm trying to get in the mindset and just, be ready, get ready for it, and just know that it's happening. I mean, there ain't nothing else I can do, right? The nurse did say that The doctor is going to try to take from the first knuckle up, just try to cut it off right here and see what that looks like. But if that is not possible, like once he gets in there and he sees that this is bad on the inside, like gangrene, um, then he'll take the whole finger. But he's going to try to just take this part right here. So that's what I'm hoping for, is that he only has to take from the first knuckle down. Now, I don't know how that's going to work either, because that, if they cuts it off at that first knuckle, that's going to be a lot of nerves. Like this right here, these little nubs right here, mine, they are full of nerves, okay? If I bump these, which I bump it every day, all day long, it brings tears to my eyes. It is very, very painful to bump these, because that is a lot of nerves right there. And this right here, and this little nubby piece right here, those are full of nerves. And so when I bump this all the time, I bump this all the time, and it brings tears to my eyes for a second. It is like, ah! So with that cut right here, I don't know what the nerves are going to be like in the end of that. So I'm concerned about, well, how well am I going to be able to use that with those nerves there on the end? I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Now, all these finger amputations I've had, I've never had any kind of rehab afterwards. Most people just kind of assume that you might go to rehab to learn to use your hands or something. I've never done that. I've always just adapted and went about my business, done whatever needed to be done. So I don't know. I really just don't know what the possibility is with that. If he does have to take the whole finger, a lot of people have mentioned, you need to check in to see about, what do you call it? I can't think of the word. Some kind of prosthetic hand type thing. That could be a possibility. I don't know. I've never checked in on that, because I don't know for me if that would be more of a hindrance or a help, honestly. Now, I can move these fingers. I don't know that you can see these 3 fingers right here. I can move those. I can move each of those fingers individually. And so to me, I should be able to put my hand down and pick up an ink pen, because I have those fingers there and I can move them. And so sometimes I do that. I reach for something and try to grab it with fingers that are not there. And then sometimes those fingers hurt. Like, it's called, phantom pain. Sometimes it feels like something is under, like, a fingernail of one of these fingers, and it drives me crazy. It'll feel like something's stuck under my fingernail, and I clean all my fingernails trying to, like, just get rid of that feeling. It's so weird to feel like there's something under a fingernail of a finger that's not even there. Like, that is just crazy feeling. Yeah, it's phantom pain, but I mean, it doesn't last, like a long time, but it's annoying as all get out. I can tell you that for sure. And same thing for these 2 fingers. They hurt sometimes. And it's weird. It's really weird to have a finger that's not there to hurt. I've heard of people who have amputated legs, like their feet are hurt, even though, they don't have them. So it's a real thing. And it's really weird how that works. I mean, it's amazing, like, that your brain is telling you your finger hurts when your finger's not there. So, yeah, anyway, guys, I wanted to let you know that my finger amputation surgery has been scheduled for Wednesday. Um, like I said, it's a lot different in saying, oh, this might happen, and then hearing, oh, your surgery's scheduled. Yeah, that's a lot different. it's it's a lot to take in. It's like, and that'll be on Wednesday the 19th. And guess what that is? That's mine and Big Daddy's anniversary. I didn't even realize that. And so after I had talked with the nurse and hung up a little bit later, so I text each of our kids. I text Elijah and told him that I have surgery on Wednesday, and then I text Dakota and said I have surgery on Wednesday. But Dakota called me immediately. Like, as soon as I sent that text, Dakota called. And he said, for your finger? And I said, yes. And he said, well, happy anniversary. And I was like, oh, yeah. Wednesday, October the 19th is mine and Big Daddy's anniversary. And we will have been married, I believe, 32 or 33 years. Big Daddy? Hey, can you hear me? He can't hear me. We'll either be married 32 or 33 years. I believe maybe 32. Maybe. So, yeah, we didn't have any plans. I didn't even know it was coming up. I didn't even realize it was next week. So we didn't have any plans. But that's a way to spend our anniversary, with me having surgery and then him coming home and taking care of me. So anyway, guys, I'm sure it's going to be an outpatient, so I'm sure I will come home the same day. We've done that for a few fingers. Sometimes I was already in the hospital, and then I would have finger amputation, and then they would take me back to the my room, and then I would stay another night or so, whatever. But then there's times where I came in as an outpatient, had the surgery, and went home the same day. So I'm assuming that's the way it's going to happen. I will tell you this, when you wake up in recovery and they have cut your finger off, you are in tremendous amount of pain. Like, you feel it, okay? But they are there ready to hit you up with pain medicine, and I have to have Zofran with pain medicine. I'm not one that takes pain medicine a lot, so I'm very sensitive to it, and so they will, I'll tell them ahead of time, like, look, I'll tell the anesthesiologist beforehand to, give me plenty of Zofran so I don't wake up throwing up, because that's what I would do without it. And I will let him know and make sure he knows, the recovery nurses know, and all that kind of stuff, that I have to have Zofran with the pain medicine. And my preference is Dilaudid, okay? Morphine doesn't do that much for me. It helps a tiny bit, but not a lot. But Dilaudid will help me. And so I don't want to sound like a drug addict or anything, but I want Dilaudid with that much pain. Give me the good stuff, okay? Don't be sitting around playing, well, let's see if this works. No, you pull out the big guns, give me some Dilaudid and some Zofran now. But they are really good about that in recovery. In the past, when I woke up and I'm just like, like, oh, my finger's hurting, and I'm like crying. I mean, just to be honest, because you just had your finger cut off. They're ready to shoot you up with pain medicine and get you comfortable, and make sure you're warm with warm blankets on you and all that kind of stuff. So that's really nice, that they are so attentive, and I know that they are. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to say. And like I said in the past, sometimes I've come home, and so to get home with that, and then I'm sure Big Daddy will just help me to the bed and get me in the bed so I can sleep off the pain medicine and stuff. And hopefully I'll come home with pain medicine. I can't remember in the past. Surely I did, right? Surely I came home with pain medicine. I can't really remember in the past that I did or not. I mean, they'd call something in to Target, my, pharmacy. But I just can't remember. But surely I'm not coming home with no pain medicine. If that's the case, if I find out, I'm like, I'm staying. I need pain medicine. I've been in a lot of pain ever since this started. Like, it hurts when those nerves in your finger are dying. That is very painful. And I have suffered through this pain that, no, I'm not going to suffer through pain after they cut the finger off. Give me some pain medicine. I should have mentioned that I'm wearing my breast cancer awareness hat. This is the Divine hat pattern. I followed a tutorial by Fiber Spider here on YouTube, and I will leave that link below. So if you feel inclined to make an Divine hat, you can follow his tutorial also. I love this Divine hat, and so I will be making this in some more colors soonish. After my surgery, my hand will be swollen, and it will take excuse me, it will take a week or so for the swelling to go down before I'm able to use that hand. I know in the past, like with either hand, after surgery, like even a few days after surgery, the pinky and the thumb will not touch together because the hand is so swollen. And each day it'll get a little bit better. And then all of a sudden one day I'm like, oh, I can touch my pinky and thumb again. And so that's the way it'll be over here, even though the pinky won't be there, or at least, maybe some of it will be. But I won't be able to, do that until all that swelling goes down, because it does swell up a lot. And then it'll be stitches wherever the incision is, if it's here or if it's here. It'll be stitches there, and so it'll be all bandaged up. And then I'll probably go back the week later for them to take the stitches out and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be honest with you, sometimes I didn't go back to get my stitches out. I took my stitches out myself. I've done that before, so that's a possibility. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with me? But that's what I'm looking at. I just wanted to update you guys and let you all know that I know that I won't be able to try to crochet for a few days. I mean, about a week probably. But I'm going to have videos. I'm going to come on here and talk with you guys and show you stuff. And I may have a couple pre-recorded videos for Tuesday and Wednesday, because Tuesday we will be out of the house all day. So I'll probably record a video like early that morning. And then Wednesday I'll have a video, for you guys. But I'll still come on and show you some yarn and talk about stuff and just chit chat, and who knows, I just won't be crocheting. But once my hand starts to heal up, I am going to start trying to crochet, because that's what I want to do. And I also have loom knitting. I also have my knitting machines, so there's possibilities for me. This ain't the end of it. No, not at all. This is not the end of it for me. I'll figure it out. My friend Angela says she told her mother that Kayla will figure it out because she's a tough old bird. Thank you, Angela, for saying I'm a tough old bird. But yeah, I'll figure it out. My sons are going to try to get my yarn room done up this weekend, Sunday and Monday, to try to get that completed before my surgery, and try just to get, because right now we have stuff pulled out of that room into the den and into the living room and dining room, and so we need all that taken care of, cleared up and taken care of. And so I talked with each one of them, and they know that, hey, this needs to get done quickly. And so, which, so we're going to work on that this weekend and try to get that done up. Hopefully, we can get that all cleared away and done. And so, one of the videos I share with you guys soon will be just, a sneak peek at my little yarn room that will be full of yarn. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to let you all get going. I hope you have a great weekend. It is a beautiful day to crochet. I don't know the temperature here, but it felt nice when I let Phoebe out this morning. And so I don't have any plans of going out there because we still have mosquitoes really, really bad. When you step outside, there's mosquitoes, and I'm not into that. So I will see you all in the next video. Y'all be good. Have fun.